I'm going to just go back to this side, because now you have a politician you can fight with. This is a politician from your home country. So, there are good politicians, are there?
Yeah.
If they go to confession.
No, no. There is good and bad politicians, because like I say, it's not politicians, it's people. People are bad. You have to educate yourself. You have to be, but we have to say if they are good or they are bad for their actions, not what they say.
Right.
So.
Well, let's see what he says.
Let's see what he says. But doesn't matter, it's the actions.
That's it.
Thank you. Well, but I have to agree with Moicano when he says that most politicians, actually, we have to be humble, everybody, also politicians, to know that we don't know everything. Actually, we know so little, and we have to come to events as this, and that's why I'm going to ask you the following question. We were talking with the Brazilian group just during lunch, and this is the second largest group of participants from any country in the world. Just America has more participants in this event. So we see everything going, wrong in our country, in Brazil. You are Brazilian, you know quite well what's going on in Brazil right now. But I would like to know how do you feel when you see so many Brazilians here? And what is the future for Brazil? What kind of motivation would you give to Brazilians who are here, and also for other countries, that have representatives here, that have people visiting, and then want also some change in their countries for the better, as we want in our country, Brazil?
You have people here right now from Venezuela and from Argentina. I don't know about Nicaragua this year. Last year we had Nicaragua. So, this is Latin America that's struggling with these kinds of ideas.
And Moicano is a great example for us too, so we're very happy to have you here, and all Brazilians are very proud of what you've been saying about our country, in the sense that that you have hope for Brazil. Thank you so much too.
No problem. And that's it. I was reading a book about the beginnings of Brazil, and we know what is going on in Brazil. It's like patrimonialism. The politicians, they call here like the deep state in America, and they want to keep the country as like the same. And like what I like about America, and I think is different between Brazil, is America was like the empire of the law. Nobody's above law. In Brazil, we know that's not true. Some people are above the law. Some people can do whatever they want. And not only the politicians, but sometimes when I tell, you guys not going to believe that. It's going to be very hard for me to explain, but there is a guy, I'm not even talking about politics, but just to contextualize, there is a guy in Brazil that killed more than 200 people. And he went 30 years in the jail, and they let him out. Because they say, no, this guy cannot be 30 years in jail. It's too cruelty. This is cruelty with him. And the guy killed 200 people. One message that passed to the people. The message is you can do whatever you want. And the politicians are worse. We saw what is going on in Brazil. We saw some people are getting silenced. And we saw what happened on X too. That's a very important thing to talk. And some people are even afraid to talk about that. But in reality, in Brazil, some people are above the law. Some people are above the law. And that's why I'm saying America is going in the same direction, because we are seeing government and officials using the machine against opposition. And that's very bad. Once you start to target your opposition, you're not a republic. The game is not fair. The game is rigged. And again, I'm going to talk about the Constitution of the USA, because how many years the Brazilian Constitution has? 35? Very little. Very little. And it's not a strong document as the American. So you guys have to keep the Constitution safe, because that's the rule of the game. And in Brazil, I like to see people talking about liberalism, but in my opinion, the only way out is individualism. Individualism. You have to do whatever you can to save yourself, to save your family, and then help others. It's like swimming. If you don't know how to swim and you try to save others, you're gonna drown. So that's what I did. I'm trying to save myself. Now I have a little bit more money, I have a house, I have investments, I have stuff. So I'm not too worried about what I'm gonna eat tomorrow. So I can try to help and to spread the word. So my message over here is nobody can do that for you. You have to fight. And you guys know that because you all guys are classical liberals and you like Austrian economics. You know the responsibility of your life is yours. And that's why I like religion too, because it's not only going to the church that you're going to be saved. You have to do by yourself. You have to change yourself. Doesn't matter if your grandmother or your mother prays for you. If you don't change, you're not going to be saved.
They say God has no grandchildren.
God has no grandchildren.